look, if you're watching this, I'm about to expose you to a whole new way of thinking. Have you ever wondered how the so-called elites of the world actually live while everybody boxed into these cities and we got highways and designated routes for us to take because all of this land is so much bigger than what we actually get told? But let's go into a whole deep dive. Let me show y'all something. Because I done already made videos showing how a lot of America looked before a lot of those great fires, the great floods, a lot of these quote unquote natural disasters. And what I'm about to show you is over in France. But you guys to know, if they doing it over there, it's taking place worldwide. It's not just over on one landmass. When they come up with a plan and they concoct something, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So you guys to know these things taking place everywhere. For example, you got a city like Las Vegas, one of America's biggest tourist attraction cities, and it's just slap in the middle of a desert with nothing around it. You could be driving in the city and in a couple of minutes, boom, you are in the desert in barren wastelands. And like I said, we got highways and designated routes. Nobody travels outside of these routes. And this country is way bigger than what they tell us. There are so many places unseen to the average civilian, the average citizen of the country. And that's where the elites like to spend a lot of their time at. They don't like to be around the average everyday person. Think about it. They are at the top of the capitalist totem pole. So why would they want to be around and spend time around the people who they look down on? And now that I got that point across, let's go back to my original point. We're going to talk about a place called the La Chateau in Normandy, France. And we just gonna take a look at the things that they like to keep away from the average citizen, because even the people over in France, everybody doesn't know about this. This just became available to view for the public eye, even though you can't go there personally. People didn't even have the opportunity to lay their eyes on this until 2020. So with that being said, I would like for y'all to go and take a look at this video right here, because it will open up your eyes to just how much truly gets hidden away from the public eye for them to enjoy and keep away from everybody else. Over 300 acres of land that they say were built in 1652 as a prototype to the Palace of Versailles. And like you saw in the screenshot, this is one home owned by a famous architect named Jacques Garcia. This is one home. So just think how all the rest of them are living, because you got to know it's so many more places like this around the planet, and they just don't tell the average person about it. And like I said, it's not in America, but as you can see with the World Fairs, and I also done videos on those if y'all would like to go look at them, but as you seen with the World Fairs, they tore those buildings down. There were buildings like this all over the world. And this is just a glimpse at one of the ones that they didn't tear down, at one of the ones that they finally let us get a glimpse of. But you got to know it's so much more. For those of y'all who don't know what the Palace of Versailles is, this is it right here. And keep in mind that they told us the original structures that I have been showing y'all, that one home was a prototype for this, right? Now I got 2 points to make. They tell us that the building I have been showing y'all took 12 years to make. First off, if y'all watch my other videos, I believe that's a lie. The lie detector determines that was a lie. Once you watch the video and see just how complex the structures are inside and out, you will see like, there's no way they built this in 12 years. There's no way. And then on top of that, who would make such a complex structure just as a prototype? Come on now. Because this right here, this is just a glimpse of the basement. It's called a grotto. This is just a glimpse of one small little section, probably not even 1% of the land. And this is ducked off. Y'all gotta watch the video, I'm telling you. Because each and every single part of the house, they have complex things about them, such as these engravings and statues all around that are just on the walls. But they tell us they took 12 years to make it. It's composed of 6 different parts. They all look just like this. Each building the size of a museum. And I gotta let it sink in that it's just one architect who owns this. So you got to think about all of the other people who own these top companies, the people who own those companies that own those companies. Like, y'all know it go big and the rabbit holes go deep. Just think how much more is out there that they don't show us. But it's just like this. We know based off of their own words, they founded a lot of these different buildings and structures. They found it. Even when you look at this statue, it look like she got locks, don't it? So who really built these structures? And how many other places are around the world just like this, but they're unavailable to the average person? Kept away, safeguarded, and left for the people who call themselves elite to enjoy, while they want everybody else to work jobs and keep busy, so that no one ever has the time to even look into these things. And remember, they told us it took 12 years to build back in 1652. But keep in mind, back then, the primary form of transportation was horse and carriage, and there were no electrical tools. They had hammer and chisel. So who built these? And how long did it really take? And who did it belong to before it was founded?